Hi, I'm Rick Dior, and today we're going to start a series on Latin jazz fusion. So you see this monstrosity of a kit here. You have to excuse me, I've been kind of sick for a week. That's why I haven't posted anything. I thought I might have the disease, but turns out I didn't. I just caught a bad cold from someone. So I started gigging again. I did a few gigs and probably caught it there. So anyway, I'm a little out of breath today. My lungs have been kind of, filled with stuff. So hopefully it's not going to be too bad here. So let's talk about this kit. This is going to be a series of videos I'm going to do on this kit from my book, Advanced Coordination for Drum Set and Hand Percussion. And I'll play a lot of grooves from it. I'll play all kinds of things over a series of videos. But I wanted to do this intro to show you this kit. And this is the drum set I use when I play kind of modern Latin jazz in the vein of kind of Michel Camilo kind of stuff, Ray Barretto's New World Spirit. I do a lot of Latin gigs like that. I record a lot like that. So this is the kit I use. This is a Porkpie drum set. It's nice emerald green finish. And you see I have a number of cowbells here. I'll try to maybe show you some pictures as I'm speaking. And these are all J.C.R bells, except for two. This bell right here, this Latin percussion small cha-cha bell, is what I call my dry bell. So it's almost like a woodblock kind of sound. So it's very, very dry. It's taped up pretty good. And for me, that's really important because I do a lot of cross-rim click stuff like this. So instead of just having that naked cross-rim sound, I have that bell right there so I can get some different sounds. So that's kind of the thing I've been doing for years and years. The other bells, to my left here is this very large J.C.R salsa bell that has come a little loose. And then here I have a J.C.R timbali bell, a J.C.R cha-cha bell. And this is an L.P salsa cowbell, which I really like. It's an old one, and it's got a really nice sound. So you see there the pitches. I'm pretty picky about that. So I like to play little melodies on them, as you heard with that, kind of crazy demo that I played for you. That's just really fun to set up a melody, and it always works out a little different, and I just improvise on that. So those are the bells I use generally. Now sometimes I won't have a closed hi-hat here, and I'll put the bells that are here over there to my right. But I put them here so you could see them today easier. If I have them down here, you wouldn't be able to see them. So that was important. The other thing I use is I use a double bass clutch on my hi-hat. So all I have to do is hit it, and then if I'm playing clave, then it's right there to be closed. Or I could just use this right hand hi-hat as well if I use that and don't have the bells here. All right, so that's why I use that kind of clutch. I have a little accent snare drum here. I don't use this too much. I try not to overuse it. It sounds great as a timbale. And also for a snare drum. And then the little splash, which I also try not to use too much so it doesn't sound like it's a comedy routine. The snare drum I'm using today is a Zelkova 5-inch drum, which I really, really love. If you've watched my other snare drum videos, excuse me, you'll see that on there. It's one of my favorite drums. It's got a lot of snap to it. It's very dry. Now, that's the secret word for playing this kind of music on the drum set, dry. So whenever you listen to Latin percussion sections, the drums are always very, very dry. You don't want to have a lot of cymbals going on. You know, you can have a cymbal crash once in a while, but the main thing is that all the drums, the bells, you know, they have a dry kind of sound, and that keeps the groove nice and tight. So that's what you want to do. The cymbals I'm using, well, they're all different. So this is a Jack DeJohnette cymbal that I showed you on my ride cymbal videos. It's the signature model. Sabian makes it. It's got a great bell. So I love that, and I put some rivets in it because it was so dry that, well, it was too dry. So that's what I'm using kind of as a ride cymbal. And then I have a couple Paiste Traditional crashes, a 16 and a 17. And then here I have an old Wuhan China, which I love. And like I said, the drums are Porkpie. We have some smaller drums here. This is an 8-inch tom. And then we have a 10. And then mounted 14. And I have these tuned very dry as well, with a little bit of fall off in the sound. As far as the pedals go, I have a clave pedal down here. I'm sure you've seen that already when I've shown you these close-ups of my first little improv there. And the pedal I use is an old Pearl, which I really like for this clave pedal. I don't know the model, but I'm sure some of you can look at it now and you know, decide what it is. But it's got a really great feel for the clave for some reason. That has to be a dead stroke. So I know in my other foot videos I told you not to leave the beater on the head most of the time. But for the clave you need to do that. So it's kind of like playing that hi-hat, where you're just kind of sitting on that. So I think that's it for now. I just wanted to show you this kit, because those other videos I'm just going to start right out playing, and we'll talk about the grooves. So I'll just play a little more. I'm trying to get back into shape here. I haven't played drum set in 3 or 4 days, and like I said, I was pretty sick, but I think I'm on the mend. So this helps to sweat it out. All right, here we go.